All right, bend, people. Let's practice smart, not hard. I mean, we'll practice hard too, but smart is smarter, right. So when you're practicing by yourself, or maybe in the morning before band, the very first thing you want to do is warm up, just like we always do. If you're a brass person, that's buzzing your lips. So a nice little warm up. Then you want to do a scale. You can pick a pattern. You could do 4 of each note with one breath. Okay, you could do ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. And, if you know your concert B flat major scale, it can be your concert B flat major scale. If you're more advanced, you could do multiple scales to get you all warmed up. And of course, we always want to do a bit of the chromatic scale with long tones. That's really important. You could also use one of your warm-ups, like an epic warm-up from John McAllister. He has really cool warm-ups. And then, so this is just a couple minutes. It goes pretty fast. This whole thing could take you about 15 minutes and you're done. So there's going to be a lot on here, but if you do it right, 15 minutes is going to get you farther than an entire hour. All right, so let's practice smart, not hard. Then you want to do a song you know. It can be something you have memorized. It can be do, 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 re, mi, do, like a round that we do in class. It could be the last song in the Red Book that you really love to play, that you know really well. You start with that one, okay? And then we're all ready to tackle a new song. If you only have time to work on one thing, number 4 is where you do your most difficult thing. All right, so now I'm going to break down how to approach a new song. I'm going to talk a lot more than a 15-minute day. So if you're only doing a 15-minute day, you'd get the hardest part of your new song. So you would have already done a score study, which is what I'm going to show you how to do right now. It's if you have Lost Woods, if you've done the guided practice for Lost Woods, that is a score study. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do a score study. You've already done that. This is what I'm assuming you've already done, but I'll show you how. And that's what you would work on. You'd pick your hardest couple of measures from your new song, and you just do a couple of measures, and I'll show you how to do that. So, for example, here's what you would have done before you even get to this new song in your 15-minute practice. This is what's called a score study. So the very first thing is I'm going to go through and I'm going to find my key signature. So my key signature tells me that all the F's in this piece, low or high F, is going to be an F sharp. All right, so that's the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm also going to take a look at like the tempo and what's happening with the rhythm. Andante is walking pace about 76 beats per minute. I'm taking a look at this piece, just an overview of this piece, and I'm trying to see if I have the melody line anywhere, if I have any repeating material anywhere, what the rhythms look like, if there's any really tricky rhythms. So I'm just going to start at the beginning. It looks like I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at my time signature. I'm counting to 3 in each measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This sounds like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ta, 2, ta, 2. If I were to write the counting in, it would be 1, and this is 2, 3. All right? And then I'm looking at this. That's very easy repeating pattern. And then I've got a dotted half note, so 3 count sustain, 3 count sustain. Oh, ta, 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 1, 2, 3. And here we go back into this pattern. So I'm trying to find all the repeating patterns, and I'm noticing the intro is the same as the coda. Almost exactly, measure for measure. Same, 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 same. Almost, so this one's different, so I'm going to circle it. Different, same, same. And then it's a little different. It looks like what did I do? Where am I going? Oh, I just skipped a line. Okay, sorry. Let's try that again. Same, 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 same. Same to that. Do, 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 do. Instead of going A, G, it's ending on do here. So I didn't tell you how to find what key you're in. This is the G major scale. We'll deal with that another time. But so you're ending on do for this song. All right, then you want to go through your score study. You want to label any notes you don't know. That's a low G. I'm not used to playing that, so I'm going to label that low G. Any special articulations, or maybe you have a rest for a long time. and you're gonna do a star here, like watch the conductor because I have to come in after that long rest. Maybe there's something special happening with dynamics, so that. All right, so we're gonna assume you've written in any note names, sharps and flats or accidentals. Like right here, there's an F natural. So I'm gonna circle that, F natural. I don't wanna play an F sharp there, I'm gonna play an F natural. Okay, so there's your score study. You've figured out the important sections where you have the melody, where there's repeating material, and I also want you to identify the most difficult measures in your song. And I'm gonna say this looks like the most difficult, okay, because we've got an accidental, we've got some slurs. It's different than the rest of the piece. Maybe this is also partly, even though it's 2 notes. Sometimes 2 notes can be the hardest. Okay, so that's a score study. You've got that all figured out before you even tackle this. So for your new song, if you've only got 15 minutes, instead of starting at the beginning, you always want to start at the end. Okay, we want to start at the ending first. And we've talked a lot in class about why. So you'd very slowly start. You always want to do rhythm first and pitch second, very slowly. We never go up to tempo. So rhythm first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then I'd find the pitch, that's a G. Oops. And I'd go ahead and play this. I'd count myself in. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, off. And I'm gonna work myself backwards from there, just a couple of measures so that I can get this ending, all right? So I do the same thing, rhythm first, 1, 2, 3, ta, 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 oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'd noodle out the pitches. I'd write anything that I need to. 2, 3. And I'd just do the ending. The rule is if you can play it 5 times perfectly, you can add dynamics or slurs or staccatos or whatever articulation is written in your music. So if I could play that 5 times perfectly, then maybe that last time I would try to add this decrescendo or diminuendo into the piano, the ending. Then you can move on. This is the same rule for tempo too. If you can play this 5 times perfectly at a slow tempo, you can bump it up by a couple BPM. Play 5 times perfectly before moving on. And that might be all you do in a day if you only have 15 minutes. All right? If you have more than 15 minutes and that only took you a minute or 2, you're gonna go find something a little easier. Okay, if you've done something hard, you're gonna find something easy. If this was easy for you, you could take on a hard section and just learn the rhythm or just learn the notes and then don't try and put it together, move on. Then I would change gears completely and go to a different piece. If your practice time is over and you only have a minute left, play a song you know. Or play a section of a song. Like right now we have a really fun song for our ending, or no, not our ending, March of the Hobgoblins. Everybody loves playing this. So a lot of you might want to end with a passage out from Hobgoblins. Dum da dum da dum da dum da dum ba dum ba dum dum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum da 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 dum bum. You end with something that you know and you love to play and you know you play it well, or another favorite song from the Red Book, or another favorite round, or Oh When the Saints, anything that you know, so that you're ending on a good note. And that, my friends, is how to practice smart and not hard. You will be blown away by how fast you get through new material. It's gonna be amazing.